Alright, standard run on tough. We get a sector that's teeming with life. If I can get the quirk. Wait, where's my quirk selection thing? Huh. That's interesting. Okay, well. Let me just sort of copy that to like 40 more rows so we get the selector. It's teeming with life. Can I find it? I can find it. And then I'll accept. It's all the way in the top left corner. And we get, what do we get here? Vittori, Silthid, and Bakar. So no Dender, no Euphorians. This might be difficult. These other races I kind of have low scores with. Well, Vittori has the average highest score so far. Prospectors, and we also got ourselves efficient. Alright, okay. Also, I'll change my stream info because we're doing Slipways. No. Slipway. What? Yeah, there it is. Strategy gaming. I mean, it's always strategy games with me. It's never really anything else. So we get more asteroids. Fortunately, we don't get asteroid harvesting tech. We might find one in a ruin. There's quantum sensors available early, which can always be nice. Of course, you know, normally I would take scholars, but I can't. We play random runs. We get additional products from Forge Worlds. You know, again, like space architects, like, you know, it's looking at me like, hey, you know. Normally this would be, you know, sort of like you could do something insane with like teleporters and mollusks and nanites, but they've been changed, right? So they're not as insane as they used to be. I think they're still okay to get sometimes, right? It's sort of like an alternative, cheaper way to get a worse version of relays. I think it's fine, actually, considering that, you know, it used to be the case that relays and teleporters were kind of the same as far as tech cost was concerned in the old version, and the teleporters were like 5 months or 4 months instead of 3. Now the time is the same. They're less flexible. The cost goes up quicker than hyperlanes and all that, but they're much cheaper to research because it's only one tech compared to, you know, 2, right? It's only 56 science, 45 with an upgrade. Anyway, let's go. Let's have a look at what we got before I decide what I wanted to research. We also have energy tech available, I think. Oh. Yeah, solar superconductors, also deep drilling. Deep drilling and mineral seeding, by the way. That's a nice combo. It will make some sense to go deep drilling, orbital labs, mineral seeding, right? And then perhaps integrated manufacturing, so we can get some chips as well out of that. Then there's drill bots as well, right? But, you know, with mineral seeding, we don't need drill bots. As well as nanofabrication, right? Hey, do we have ourselves a nanofabrication run? Hold on a second. I think we got ourselves a nanofabrication run. I think that's the plan. We go hard for this. Industrialized normally takes a month, but if we have mineral seeding, we can get terraforming drones, right? Which also works for nanofabrication. The annoying part about nanofabrication is nanofabrication never leads to terraforming drones. So you kind of need another tech, and the best tech to combine it with is, in fact, mineral seeding. Then maybe we take drill bots as well, right? So we can go ahead and use minerals and bots. And then, you know, get something that's even more ridiculous, which is we can get chips as well using integrated manufacturing. And then we get all these worlds that, you know, send 2 resources into a forge world and then get a resource out of well. So we get like a 2.5 trade, like a 3-way trade with a single slipway. That's kind of crazy good. The thing is, of course, this requires a bunch of science, but we got orbital labs to help us with that. So yeah, the question is how we're going to fix the early game up, right? It's like this one, deep drilling, quantum sensors. We don't need solar. Like energy is actually not very good because we're only going to be playing with 3 resources anyway. I mean, there's also geothermals, right? I mean, there is a bunch of energy, I would suppose, right? But it's pointless, right? Because we can turn all these worlds into... We can turn deserts into mineral worlds. We can turn lavas into mineral worlds. The only planet that's left is arid, which we can just turn into a forge world anyway. Like, what's the point, right? I think we don't need energy. Like, what are we going to use energy for? And I guess we can get monoliths in the late game, right? We can get nanites to sort of do things quicker as our late game tech. I don't even think we might even not need like relays and teleporters. Maybe swap is enough. Right, the beautiful thing about playing with only 3 resources is that you don't need to actually build any infraways or anything like that. So let's have a look. I mean, it does seem rather enticing, doesn't it? Because it's a completely different strategy. I don't think we've ever pulled it off to like a huge amount of success on tough, but it's definitely possible. In fact, it's kind of the easier thing to do usually, if you've got the tech for it, if you've got the setup for it. It's not really got a huge potential score, right? It won't get the same potential score as, say, a culture on, because you don't get, like, you know, lots of happiness bonus or anything. But you do get easy prosperous planets. That counts for something. I mean, you know, we could have a successful mineral world already. If we're so inclined, right? As long as we can use the minerals, that is. Like, there's one use for it here, right? You know, try to use this asteroid. Again, like, we get increased wealth from asteroids from our Bakar perk with prospectors. Problem here is food, right? Getting access to food here can be difficult. Hold on a second. I mean, we've got a 2-way trade to start off with, right? And those chips can be used in 2 forge worlds here and there. Right, we can make bots here. Make water there. Make humans there some way in the future. Get the ore. Get the chips in. Chips in. And do maybe something like that. I mean, that crosses the streams, but you get the idea, right? We can use the chips for this as well in the future. And there's probably going to be some kind of farm available, right? Maybe. Oh, it's a bit slow. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fine, right? Should I take the ore world? Bakar can have missions to like get 5 ore or something like that, but he can also give me a mission that's like explore X planets. Founding the planet is much more expensive though, because it costs you 2. Right. We only get 1 ore though, so we get the second one immediately if you upgrade it. I think it's fine to do that. I don't want to accidentally get, you know, an explore mission. Yeah, look at that. We would have, you know. I'll take the exploration mission. It seems really nice. I don't want the lab mission because I don't see any biomatter that we can study really easily. We'll eventually get a forge world that's successful. I think that's fine. Okay, so I want to have a look first. See if there isn't any method to this madness here. Huh. I definitely think we can do robots into goods, but in which one? Right? Where are the robots, where are the goods at? Like, if this is the robots, and this is the food? I'm kind of lacking minerals, but we got mineralized for later, right? And the thing is, we've got probably like a good way to make these successful is the point, right? And I kind of want to put this good in because then we get maximum value out of the asteroid. As well as getting colonies upgraded is usually a good idea because they make lots of money. Also, you know, we get the Bakar task immediately. Right, like this, we get, you know, 2 people in here. And if we then take the goods factory on the asteroid, and then this connection, and this connection, we get a successful people-producing plant right in the center of our empire, which should give us the ability to get things going, basically. So now I can do something like this. Have a look here, right? We can get quantum computing if I wanted. It might be a bit greedy, right? It might also not really be what I want. Yes, there's lots of science, right? But at the same time, I think orbital labs is enough. This whole nanofabrication strategy doesn't actually need a lot of science. It's kind of the beautiful part of it. You kind of need a low amount of science and it'll work. It's just, you know, we're kind of running low on money, but we have this asteroid perk, so we should try to kind of capitalize on that. So how can we do the Silthid mission? Right. If we find another good here that we could get, then that would be good, but I don't know if I can. Not easily, at least. Like the layout is kind of against it, right? Yeah, we might be in trouble for not having minerals then. So I want to leave this hanging a bit and let it go down to 7%. And then, you know, at the last second, add this one in so we sort of stall. Instead, what I could do is I could try to get this robot. Yeah, we'll be able to use it here. If I can use it here and there, then we have enough to make a successful forge world here. So we'll go ahead and do that, right? We'll go ahead and make a world here that's successful. So we'll go ahead and build a forge world. We'll get like 3 robots. Oh yeah, we have a perk that gives us additional production from forge worlds as well. This is going to be kind of good then, I would imagine. Alright, so... do I want to consume an asteroid inefficiently? I kind of do. It's still 16 though, right? It's not too bad. I'll also go into the next year, which is kind of know where I want to be. Nothing to be done about it, I think. Also, yeah, this involves going over 7 planets. And kind of an unfortunate time. Yeah, I mean... it's going to be part of it too, right? Oh, we get a chip here as well, right? I can even use one over there if I want to. Kind of nice. Can we afford to do this? We can't, right? Not without consuming another asteroid. I could just get 18 credits here. I don't think I need the quantum computing as the thing, right? And this is right before the increase in income, so we'll get them. It's kind of the thing we need to do. We gotta get successful forge world there. Invent one technology. Well, that won't be too hard to do, right? Increasing the total production of chips and ore by 7 or 8 units. We'll get 8 ore, I think. Ore is kind of what we're lacking, and you know we've got some ore laying around here. Well, we might want bots into ore over there. The only other resource we really need is water as well, right? After those 3. So what are we making here? I don't know. Maybe biomatter. It'll eventually be able to go into here. Maybe. Like we could potentially also make a biomatter here, right? And make a lab. There's like a people planet there available. I mean, it's in range even of that, right? If I wanted to. I don't know if I want to do that, but I could. Like if I try to like squeeze in, we don't have the money for it, but I could just check, right? If I'm trying to squeeze in a laboratory, could I squeeze in such a way that we get, not quite right. Like I want that connection to the jungle to be on the right side of the primordial, because if I do it this way, then how am I going to get people into primordial? I can't, right? So yeah, there's no way of doing it other than this one's probably best, right? So we'll get like 2 biomatters and 2 people. I maybe should have taken the Vittori quest for a biomatter lab earlier. I end up doing it anyway, right? I mean, it's okay, right? Some people here, biomatter there. We just need some food then, right? Because this is then not a food source. Yeah, I don't really know if that's a good idea or not. I certainly should connect in one more planet. Maybe we just get a forge world and send in a bot. Probably the worst idea. Yeah, I mean, I could also do that. And we'll get the biomatter from here. I don't know, we need to send the bot into there as well. We kind of need ore here as well. We'll be able to get it in various ways, which is the beautiful part about this whole setup. You can also look to the right. Look to the right, look to the left. But if I do, I don't get additional income. How much income do we actually get from this? We lose 3 and we get 4. That's like 1 extra income, right? Plus now we're on more of a timer. Doesn't really seem like it's too great, is it? Maybe we'll just have a look over here. We'll spend like 1 or 2 credits on that, but that's fine. More water? I mean, maybe yes, right? And we'll be able to use it here. You in range? You're not. Yeah, if that was in range, it would be quite a bit better. We would be able to get goods or food in here. And then the food would be able to go with the water, and then we'll have a 2-way trade. And that's still a 2-way trade, right? And we might do a water laboratory instead of a biomatter one. We get a bunch of 2-way trades here and things, right? If we did do that. And plus this is cheap to run, right? It's only like 1 upkeep or 2 upkeep. Why are you at -4%? Alright, you don't have any people. You don't have any trade. He has resource shortages. You also have resource shortages, so this is more serious than the other one. Yeah, we kind of lack the people though now. They could come from here, I suppose, right? But then we're kind of cutting it off, right? That's the problem. And we definitely should be looking for more income first. Is the thing. That's the thing on tough. Income's the main problem. Not so much other stuff, but income, yeah, income's hard. You are not... I think we'll skip out on the jungle. Like another water world, right? It's greedy, but it's... I think it's worth... Attack the asteroid at 2 planets? I think you'll have to. Still 16. Well, we get this other thing, right? If I get this, we get 2 points of science from it, and I can research one of these techs. Which one? I don't know. Deep drilling, how much money does this give us? Only 2, right? Okay, we don't need to take that first. I'll take quantum senses first then. Because, you know, the vision it provides and, you know, the things you can do, the speed up of the game is kind of huge. You're 8, and you are also 8, so we can't afford that. This is 8 and 4, so we can afford that. So I guess we should. Because there's like 1 upkeep, so we get actually some additional money from it. Not much though, we only have 25 to spend this year. I mean, we get an extra 16 here if I want to, right? We could also get a free habitat, but I don't think we want that. Go ahead and get some chips here. You know, that as well. More importantly, we get to 29 income. Now it's 16 in here. Better. I need some food in here. I mean, you can make here, but that's not a good idea. We want to... Like, that's a good laboratory, right? That's an excellent starting laboratory. I'll lamp up the water. I could even do more if I want to. I don't think so, though. I think this is a food place. Yeah, that would make some sense, wouldn't it? We'll grab the money, we'll get the food, and then, you know, we'll be able to make biomatter and water over here for it. Another load over there as well if I want to, but I don't know, right? We could make water over here and then food over there, but when we need bots. And then we'll be floating a bot here. I mean, we could use this water, right? That's the thing, right? If I made more water, like, we can use it here quite easily. You know what? Let's go with the crazy plan. Let's float a bot. Isn't that awesome? Oh, this thing's out of humans, so we'll need more humans from here, I guess, as well. So was this a bad plan? I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't think it's a good plan. It's much cheaper to do Gaia World solutions. I mean, not really, because this costs 8, right? But you know, on the other hand, you know, like the Gaia World thing can just, we can do this, right? I just see one little problem, which is that we don't have any humans. Right, so we still end up colonizing this. So I guess either way it's not good. So I guess we go with the greedy plan then, because that makes more sense. Just in general, to do this then. I think I'll go ahead and try to get some sort of asteroid value maybe. See if we can't find some more. There should be many. I haven't just been finding many. Maybe over here. Okay. I just don't know how to use you, right? Water, yeah. We kind of have enough of that. Like, we kind of want more drill bots or something. I don't know. Yeah, you have robots as people? Because, yeah, we have people as robots, but we want the other one. People, robots as people, right? And then we could really go ahead and, you know, sort of also make water out of robots and primordials. Eh. We're in December. Do I want to consume an asteroid for just 8? The thing is, if I don't, I won't have enough money next year to build the science station all the way up. Well, I could get quite a bit far if I just put it in here, right? And we'll have a connection that costs like 20 over here, but we'll just build that one later. We can actually afford it. So let's hold on a second here, right? This is I think the place that costs like 4 each. 6 here and then another 6 here, sure. And then 9 over here. Oh, that's not bad actually. We get 3 science this year. Now we'll skip until next year. And then we'll try to focus on this the Bakar thing. For all the ore. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? Kinda does. We'll have to skip some things, right, because of this, but we'll get deep drilling, which should give us some more income. Not a lot, though, because like, we're not really using that much ore. We do get an additional ore from it as well, right? Because of Bakar. Deep drilling does do that thing. Got a lack of stuff here, right? We could make a good here. Although it would cut off the water. No, it wouldn't. We could get it from here. And, you know... yeah, that would help. I mean, no. It would cut off this water as well. That's not a good idea, is it? No, I don't want that. Let's go ahead and... I mean, this costs 9, right? I should take in mind that we should keep at least 9 in the bank. I think we should be able to do that, though. I mean, that's 13, right? Yeah, we can't complete the mission this year. Is that anywhere near helpful? I mean, we should try to not go over 16, right, for a while. At least when we go over, we should do it, like, by quite a bit. Or at least get some asteroids to tide us over, because we will have very little income for a while. Okay, there's some... Here, there's a couple good ones here. Okay, that's nice. So what do? Do we take this one to save on some time? I think we do, because it's actually really important that we try to get all these things colonized next year. So what we can do here is we can do that. And send in the water. And that sort of solves most of these planets here and makes it less of a problem. We have this much unhappiness, and now we can go ahead and get our lab up to 7 science, which was the original goal, right? So I was like, hey, this is a really good lab here. Alright, now we can do use the last month to explore some. Right, so I want to know what I want to make here, right? I think it's goods. Because, like, what's the use for robots there? Are you in range? I have no clue. Oh, we have to found it to check. No, it's just out of range. I mean, this one is. I'll still get 1 use out of it, but it's not that great. And it could make bots, but then, you know, I'm not making anything out of it. So, you know, we'll just make the goods, I think. And what that will do, right, is, yeah, this one, we have a bunch of those, like, are you, oh, you're both, like, yeah, I guess, right. Past shortages are going to bite us now because of this. I mean, they would have anyway, right, unless I wanted to explore there. Which I kind of didn't, because, like, this is just a much better area. Like, to get this lab up is so good here. Because now we get, you know, orbital labs available. As well as mineral seeding. I don't know what they want to do first. Depends on what you can use first, right? We can't really use orbital labs until we get the 60 credits here. So let's go get them. Like, this is like 1 ore already. Don't really have to do all that much for it. All we have to do is get some food now, right? For that arid. There's more ore. And here's people. And that ore can be used to make stuff. What am I doing there? No. The only problem is, you know, robot. That, right? So we ought to find some biomatter down here, and then it's fine. Oh, there we go. This does the trick. We don't need this one. Convoluted, but works. Can we get this without? Oh yeah, we can. Although not without, you know, going to the new year, but that's fine. In which case we should do this as cheaply as possible, right? Go with this. No, I shouldn't, because we might get a mission to make robots. Right, so we should just go ahead and take the money hit a bit. Yeah, we can't get an orbital lab. Okay, that gives us 2 additional and 60, so we should keep our money a bit. 10 more ore? I mean, sure. 2 forges is successful, 2 technologies. I mean, 2 technologies is easy, so we should take that. 2 forges is successful? I don't know about that. We're not quite to that extent yet, right? We might just want to make 10 ore. I mean, it's a lot of ore, but... I mean, will we get to these things, right? Then forge will become successful rather quickly. Once we get there. I don't know about that, right? Like, we got 1 successful forge world. This one can get the successful fairly doably. There's a couple here that probably can do as well. Yeah, we'll do these 2 then. The 10 ore is so much, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and get our 2-way trade, though. It's a bit expensive to set that up, right? And the other thing we might want is some robots. Alright. So the last month we spent another 10, so we have 1 orbital lab we can build. No, unless I want to do this one instead. I don't think so. I think we want to keep our money a bit. Yeah, we're cutting off the goods here. Also cutting off the ore here, but this is actually the only way we can sort of do this reasonably well. I don't know how we're going to get food in here. I mean, yeah, from there, I guess. That's out of range, right? Oh, that works. Yeah, food, of course, right? But, you know, in Gaia world, I guess. The idea is to find a use for good here, right? No, we go to 24 is the thing, right? Huh. We have to be kind of a little bit more efficient with our use of resources, I suppose. Although once we can get the drill bolts, we should be, you know, pretty good. I could also skip a bit, right? Try to use some orbital labs to get some science going. We could get, you know, at least we should get deep study, but not before mineral seeding, right? So we got 2 technologies, right? Now we need like deep study, terraforming drones, and integrated manufacturing. All of these 3, as well as nanofabrication. And then we got every technology we could get. So, I know which ones do we get first. Like once we're at that point, we don't need any more tech. It's a beautiful part. Right, all of this. And then we can start making Forge World prosperous and all that nonsense. So like, let's make a bolt here. Is that 23rd point? Is that a good idea? I don't know. And this can be a human planet, right? We can send in this. So that's 1 successful Forge World right there. Guess we'll have to wait till October until we expand. If we want to not suffer on the money department. Like suffer quite badly if you... Are we not capable of... Okay, we are capable of getting some minerals. That would be bad if we couldn't. Like it's pretty rare that you don't find any ice balls or whatever, so we kind of gambled on that. Well, we got it anyway. Yeah, I mean, this does make sense, right? Doesn't it? We'll go to October. There's a lot of asteroids here too, which should tide us over a bit, while we only have 24 income for a bit. Yeah, income takes a hit every time, right? That's the thing on tough. It's like, income is tough. Money is tough on tough. Who would have guessed? Alright, you are in the way, I would imagine, so yes. So we go for deep study first, right? Because it's more science. 1 more, but, you know, it'll be more than 1 more soon. That's an expensive connection, but it's necessary. Why you don't build it yet then, right? Oh my god, it needs a use for a human. Why can we find a use for a human here? I mean, that does give us lots of income. But it's not a use of a human, right? God, it doesn't have a use for a human. Yeah, are you kidding me? No, wait, we did get it. We need to get the Forge World successful, not the colony, right? Okay, so we got what we needed. So actually, you're great, actually. Hold on, this is awesome. If we get this, then that'll do it. I mean, obviously, I should do this in a slightly different order so we don't waste so much time on things, but... Like, can we get an ore in there, please? It's out of range, right? We would love to make more food. Because you can get biomatter as well if I wanted to. I kind of want to do this with something with this Earth-like, but there's nothing this Earth-like can do. Which is sort of a very rare thing to happen. That you can't use an Earth-like. Unless, you know, we got some infraway or something, right? And then we would use it to make things happen here, but no. So what else can we do here then? Make a robot, I guess, is the answer. Right, there's ore here, there's stuff here. We can make more biomatter and water happen, which is going to be very useful. Also, you know, it's going to be used by the farm immediately, but that's fine. Actually, no, it's going to bounce. Is it? No, it's not. Oh, well, whatever. Get a ball. The reason is that the asteroid becomes better. Now you get 44, and then we get enough money to actually do all these things. So if I send you here and then send you there, we get a second successful forge and we get 20 money back. Now the designated area is way too far away, so we do the other two things. This is always a bad mission once you are past tier 1. It shouldn't scale, but it does. So not a good mission to take ever. Alright, so we need one more tech to advance, so we need integrated manufacturing. Well, we should get integrated manufacturing because it's going to be amazing. Because we're going to be able to make so many chips with it. Which is exactly what we should do for the Silted, by the way, so that's good. We can get a remnant to prosperous and we get a Vittori discount. How close are you, actually? Just one import. Huh. Well, I mean, right? One kind of teleporter or infraway will do it. Yeah, maybe we do teleporters at the end to get some things that prosperous. Would make some sense. So we kind of want drill bots for this. We want IM first, right? Because otherwise we cannot take IM. There's asteroid mining, but we don't need it. There's terraforming drones, but we definitely don't want to take that. Because we need these early tier techs. Too many of them, right? Huh. We can't get another science thing up because we don't have the money for it. All the asteroids are kind of near this Earth-like. Right? This Earth-like wants to be used, but how? I need another food here. Right. It's out of range. I mean, I could just colonize it and just be like, whatever, right? Well, just a Gaia world, right? It's all out of range. Yeah, such a pain. Yeah, we can't take this one either. I mean, we could take this one with food, but then the food comes from. No. I think we're kind of done with humans, right? That's the thing. We want to build. We don't want humans. We don't only robots. We don't need no humans. We don't need no filthy humans here. No. We just need robots. Although, maybe this area could use some humans because there's no ore here. Anyway, I think we should make a chip lab. Does it make sense or should it be robots? Should know what this is, right? Chips makes lots of sense here because there's like one more here. And this one can't send chips to 3 different things, it will not be able to. Alright, that gets us 4 out of our 8 chips. Not bad, right? Integrated manufacturing is available. I mean, we can't afford it, but we need it for later. Well, we should be able to eventually afford it. That's at least going to be the big idea. All the robots. Maybe don't do that connection though. We want to build this up so we get lots of asteroid value. Go to January here, get more asteroid value. But if we're going to do that, then I might as well get an orbital lab. Still have 62 credits. Money, money, money. Yeah, I would like to actually get some more science up as well, but yeah, we don't seem to be able to. At least not easily. There's lots of locations where we could make more make more chips and things, right? For example, this one could become successful with the chip. That would make you prosperous, wouldn't it? And that's 9 income. That's pretty good for 30 investment. I don't mind that. We'd even make a lab here if I wanted to, but I don't think we can afford that either. Okay. Problem is, of course, like we're at the point where we are going to go down in income again. Yeah. We're doing fairly okay though now. Right. Take all these asteroids everywhere. I can look for one more integrated manufacturing somewhere. Like here, for example, would be maybe good. Or here. Like you could make this into a two-way trade if I want to. It's not necessarily bad to do so. You know, that counts towards the stealth mission, right? Getting a remnant of prosperous might take a while, yeah. I only have one in here and one in here. And this one might be doable, but I have to get a bit lucky. Like if I where's all the ore going to be used here? Like you could make forge worlds out of things soon, but then still like it's a bit hard to do this. I mean, you cannot be connected because you're out of range, right? That's the problem. And we've already seen that this Earth like is not really very usable either. This water, right? It is available. There's so many asteroids here, right? Yeah. We could make food here, but for who? For who indeed? For pointless. Yeah, quite pointless, I would imagine. And we can make goods here, right? 3 inputs. Where are the outputs, right? We got all these goods here, but we can't use them. Oh, you can reach. Maybe we do the arid now, right? The arid colony over here. Does make some sense, doesn't it? Get a successful here. Use a good here. Pretty good. We can get a 4-bear rune in as well. Can we do it without making a remnant prosperous? I mean, like a remnant of prosperous is like this one, but we need like, I mean, we could get a thing out of this ruin, right? That would help us. There we go, this is what I want. Intraspace relay, that'll do it, right? Like this just needs a single more resource, so just get that and then it's fine. Oh, which resource? A people or water? Probably a person from here actually, because this has a person it can't really use. Yeah, let's rebuild and reuse it. Get a free infraspace relay. And that free infraspace relay is going to go here and get us our Vittori mission. There we go. Get a Vittori tech discount, which may be quite valuable. I mean, it works for teleportation, for example, right? The tech discount I really want is Silthid, though, but we're nearly there. First, though, I ought to fix this stuff here. We're getting Slipway cost increases now. This is not bad, but it's not great either. It's sort of okay-ish, right? Some more money would go a long way, but we just don't have any. All the asteroids are in a bad spot. Okay, let's just take this one then. We have like 60 credits a year, right? We should get more, but how? Drilling platform. I mean, it's all going to be, it's all slowly coming available, right? Terraforming drainage drones are very good. We can sort of start making things in the mineral worlds. Although, to be honest, actually, why did I take mineral seeding again? It doesn't do anything. I'm just realizing we're in a sector where these worlds don't appear. Yeah, we should have probably taken. I mean, we had to take a tech here, right, to get to the later tech faster. So this sort of sits here to taunt us that we could potentially do it, but it's not really a point. Actually, this kind of sector is kind of actually bad for this idea. We kind of want. It's like we kind of want to have iceballs and stuff. They're actually valuable for us, more valuable than most other things. They're kind of weird like that, right? This is a weird run. Okay, so what are we doing here? First, let's fix up the food. A drilling platform, right, would make a lot of sense. Can we just not get some chips somehow? That's not horribly expensive. I think there is no way that's not horribly expensive. Huh. Yeah, about those, right? We've got orbital labs and things, but... So you... I mean, this does make some sense, doesn't it? So then, we just found another world here? I guess so, right? I think we go for the drilling platform. Which advances our tech, right? Or are we already in the last tier? We're already in the last tier. I would like replicating nanites as quickly as possible. It's out of range of that, but it's obstructed for that, which is annoying as hell, but is this really the only way to get ore in here? I guess it is, right? Maybe you don't do it yet then. It's the only way to get ore in there. Maybe we start with replicating nanites, to be honest. And a Bakar would be so good to get up as well, right? Can't we really not get some chips somewhere? Is there no real way? Because chips would be the best thing ever here. Best things in sliced bread, chips, right? Get more chips. That's what the Silthid wants us to do. So let's do that. Find us some chips. I mean, we could make some here, right? Just decide this is going to be chips. And then this is going to be the ore for the farm. Let's go like this, right? That gives us our tech discount, which I really, really want. Get a lab study. Why do you have explore the designated area every time? I can't get over there. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's going to literally take us like 4 colonizations to get over there, and then we don't have any more money. We're literally going to bankrupt trying to get there. You want a lab studying something that's just... I mean, that's actually possible, right? It's a crazy mission, but it's possible. We could just postpone, right? Isn't that just better? I think we'll just postpone until we're in 2021. Because none of these missions are doable. And it's really annoying. But we can't do them. They're just not... They're not reasonable. In the slightest. Okay, so... What do we do now? I don't know, consume an asteroid, I suppose? Be sad. Now we can get some science like this, right? Right. I still have 55 money. 56 science for that, right? Yeah. Kind of hurts, right? It takes us a year extra because of that. There really was no way of doing another biolab, but we're doing another orbital lab, but yeah. So what's up next? Lots of things I want still, but I could just sit on my money for a while, just take the rest of the year off, just to get some science and things. I mean, we kind of want like 14, 20, and 24, and 56, right? 70, 98, 100, 122 science. We got almost as much as we need, but like, we kind of want to get that earlier than we got it. Oh, you are in range. Well, let's just do that then as one of our things this year. I mean, that is one ore we're using here, but oh, we can even use that one as well if we want to. It's expensive, but trying to sort of leave these asteroids right for when we can actually use them. Maybe we will. If I do that, I mean, that's maybe a bit of a waste, but we do get replicating nanites. So now we can get things founded much more quickly. Which should be able to help, maybe. And we kind of need robots now, and the other thing. And we'll get there quickly, right? 24 and 28. We don't get any more missions, which is sort of horrible. Because we rolled bad Bakar missions, they kept asking us to go to a place where we can't go. It shouldn't be asking us to do the same mission twice, because there's just some missions that you just can't do easily. That's just kind of problematic. So what are we hoping to do? I mean, I'm hoping not to found any more colonies, right? Because they require food, and food is kind of annoying for us to do. Slightly out of range, right? So we can't use a human there to make the thing I want to make. You can send in the biomatter you need. You can send in, you know, the mineral you need. So, you know, we got every resource we need to make you prosperous eventually. But not much else. We got lots of biomatter here. Like, apparently, but we can't use it for anything, of course. There's like a drill bot I can get here, right? I mean, the ore is also not really... all this biomatter, which... I mean, useful, but not really useful, right? You can make lots of ore. Like, if the Bakar mission was make 13 ore, that would be the one I want. It's not the one I get, though. What am I doing with this Earth-like? I don't know. Lots of unanswered questions. No good results. Let's have a look over here. There's so much stuff here, right? We can make something out of bots here, actually. Oh, that's not bad. And we can make some robots here as well. All of the robots, right? If only we had some time, we could make some labs and things and all that, but we're out of time. You could make water out of robots too. And you could make robots out of, or out of robots. So I could make robots here as well. Like we could have like 5 robot plants here easily. We do make humans here, and then we make a bunch of robots and build a lab. I don't think so though, we don't have the money to afford that lab. We don't have enough money to do any labs anymore. That's sort of the thing. Robots would be needed. Robots would be needed for most of these things. We can go up by 1 more, and otherwise we'd kind of die from money, so... It's like... I think we like sort of like take an asteroid. And then we sort of wait again, because otherwise we'd be out of money. Some more money, right? But you don't have any of the good things that make lots of money. Like a couple connections we can make here and there, right? They will help. Alright, we're out. I can found 1 more planet, I guess, but if the upkeep on it is gonna be too much, right? Yeah. Alright, Drillbot's time. This is just such an interesting thing we can do, right? Successful, prosperous, 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 right? Everything's gonna go prosperous very quickly now. It's a beautiful part about this. And everything is two-way trades, right? There's like two-way trades everywhere. Or we can make chips or bots everywhere. It doesn't really matter. It's usually chips or bots. We can even do something like that. Although, you know, we won't be able to use the biomatter, so it won't ever upgrade. No, that's not true. We can make a farm here. That farm is going to lead to nowhere, though. There's lots of options here. That's a beautiful part. Also, we can colonize for 0, right? So the only thing we have to worry about paying for is slipways. We just keep building two-way trades until we eventually can't anymore. A lack of money is such a pain. Some sort of economic tech here would have helped to a great extent. Because like we can do these, and that makes money, but like, you know, even if everything's prosperous, we still don't make the money we need. It's kind of weird like that, how that works. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, right? We got a huge empire at the very least. Okay. Guess we have to take these even. Okay, so now we got some money to play with, which is good because we want to get some integrated manufacturing. Especially here. And to make you go successful. Oh yeah, it's useful. It's not useful enough, right? Should I get a colony anyway? And I won't be able to use the humans for anything, right? But it will connect to this. We have nanofabrication now. Which we'll be able to make forge bolts actually. A lot of things if I want to. I think I want to do that here actually. Just make more robot. As long as we can get the water. As long as we are able to get the water, we are okay. It costs 20, right? We should probably wait for it until next year then. This thing we're wanting to do here. That's the other problem. The costs are very high of these techs. Build that one first so it can send this water into the useful location. I mean, yeah, look at that, right? Just through sheer nonsense we get. A bunch of prosperous plants like that. Are you in range or out of range of that? I mean, we are going to be able to get a forge world, so it's not a problem. It's 9 upkeep for that, but you know, we get more value out of asteroids this way. There's expensive connections, right? We use all the asteroids. But we still don't have the money. Okay, well, let's start by getting a bot factory here, I think. Two more two-way trades, right? And actually, you know what? We'll end the year with that 20. No, I won't. I'll scan at the end of the year. That makes a lot more sense. And then finally we'll get terraforming drones, right? That's really what I've been waiting for, because it makes it lots cheaper. And then you can make even more bots. And then, you know, the only thing you're missing is some integrated manufacturing everywhere. To make everything prosper. All we're making is ore and robots, but this works, right? This area is going to go ahead and make ore and robots. That's all it's ever going to do. Okay, so this costs 0, so we should definitely do it. Also, it makes water, which is like the one resource that's hard to get. Also, you know, building around the asteroid is an excellent idea because we'll be able to get stuff, basically. Yeah, let's make robots here, I think. 40 money out of that asteroid. Two-way trades, water inputs. I get chips from these various other things. Okay. Who's going to send its chip where? You're going to send your chip here. You're going to send your chip here. You're going to send your chip here. So if I make another one, it's going to have to be chips. Because otherwise we don't have enough chips. Right. Chips. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do know what I'm doing. I'm gonna make robots here, but first we're gonna make some other things happy, right? Chip over here, chip over there. Send it. Who needs humans? This is kind of neat, right? We just build robots and bots and things and chips and nonsense, but we finally got our income going, but it's too late. We're near the end of our term. I also don't have, we have one struggling planet over here. That's fine. I wish I had some more time, right? But we kind of ran out of money in the mid-game, and that sort of, that got us to struggle all the time. Yeah, I think we should have done this in a world with more ice balls and things. That would make some more sense. I'm fine though. It's fine. Do we really have to skip the rest of the year or just continue building? I mean, I could, right? But like, I can only really afford one more terraform. And if I do, we lose on 50 money, so yeah. Yeah. We should have gotten much more money and then we would have been able to do this sort of thing. Mind control, transpose, loop relays. Cybernetic bodies use people as robots. Like, how would we even have more people available, right? One over here, I guess. But, like... And I guess it's okay, right? It becomes prosperous with that. Oh, it sends it out here and you don't. You won't ever get it. This would do it. Also, you send the guy over there, I suppose. That's neat and all. And I could do this, but it's just too much of a cost to it. Instead, I think I wanted to finish what I was building up here, which I should be able to do. Right, the idea was we build a robot up here. So we can get a second robot for this water world. You can get a thing input, and we get a chip input. And all of it becomes successful and prosperous, hopefully. Yeah, there we go, I tried 2 prosperous planets. I was like, there was a thing I could do here that... How many robots are you making? 5? Yeah, seems reasonable. Bot. Bot. All the bots. I mean, yeah, we could even send in a chip here, right? But only if we could use the bot. It could be goods or something, right? Oh, we can't afford it, is the thing. Costs 30, right? Costs 75 income. Not terrible. Okay, well, if we just send in a thing here, it's out of range. So yeah, we could... How much are you at? -6. I think it's worth doing this. I mean, I can't use the ore, so you're still at -2, but still. Yeah. Unemployment, past charges, and 8% no export, right? Where are we else? Here, I guess, right? Here, not there. There's a bunch of places where we had no exports. Oh, this one, right, with the chips. We never used those chips. And the idea was, of course, to make a forge world here, right? I mean, just make some goods or something. But there's just no time left, right? This is a cool concept, but it really doesn't work that well on tough. Unless we get some better start, right? We needed some more ore, and then we would have been fine at the beginning. Or better Bakar missions, right? Alright, let's have a look here. Maybe we'll be able to get some more. No. I mean, maybe, but November, December. Maybe we could get some chips for some places. Maybe. Or there might be a point in making a chip for you. No, not really. For you, not really either. What about you? Yeah, you could, but he needs another successful partner, and there isn't any way I could give you any. So, you know, that's not going to be able to do anything. None of the other worlds really can export a chip anywhere. The other ones over here are already all prosperous, or already doing a chip somewhere. You don't need more successful partners, right? We could get more goods here, right? Oh yeah. Robots as people, right? That would be great. I already told that would be the right answer instead of people as robots or the other way around. And I could take this route, right? But it's very likely going to lead to just more unhappiness. And I can use people as robots, right? So sure, we'll do it. Well, so much for that. If we had the science for it, we could have gotten some manufactured luxury in various places, though we wouldn't have been able to deliver to any colonies because we don't have any colonies in range of force worlds that are prosperous. They're all kind of successful, but not prosperous. So, GG. That was kind of not the good right thing to do because we lost some score there for that. Oh, we still got the 5 stars, barely, but yeah. And this is sort of the thing, right, with teaming with life. You get a run where with this whole setup, right? It's neat. It's a neat idea to go with only 3 resources because you can quite easily make prosperous plants without using any slipway relays and things. It just doesn't tend to work out that well because it takes a long time to get there, and you end up founding too many established plants. We had a massive empire though. I think it's like bigger than most. Probably like the 5%. I think I've only got like 2 or 3 runs that had bigger empires than this. There's that, right? Like a monumental size in tough is kind of, you know, that's kind of a challenge to get it at least, but it's just not worth enough points, right? To be worth going for. I wish it was, but it's not. I guess one of the ways you could make that better is if it didn't scale linearly, right? Like it's like 400 points per increase. What if it was each increase in empire size is worth 400 on top of every other increase, right? So you get 400 for the first, and then 800, and then 1200, and then 1600. Then monumental would be like how many points? 15 times 400 would be 6,000, right? Base. Then it would be worth going for monumental because then, you know, that 5th increase is worth 2,000 points by itself, like as much as six planets, right? That are prosperous. Right now, you only get the value of 1 prosperous planet for every 8 planets you colonize. It's just never really worth going for size increases. And on the other hand, you're actively punished for them, right? So that's why this kind of strategy just doesn't really work out that well. Over things that, you know, use more, that get more prosperous things rather than trying to sort of expand this way. We did got mineral seeding, which was utterly useless. I mean, it got us to advance in tech more quickly, I guess, so there's that. But we shouldn't have gotten them. They were useless. I forgot that we had that sector thing, right, where they literally couldn't appear. I mean, I should have known because, you know, I didn't see any, so like, why would I take it? I know, it's sort of like a part of the build, I guess, right? And then replicating nanites. Let's just spreadsheeting this out. And then finally we got one more tech, right? We got a couple more actually. Hold on. We got drill bots, nanofab, terraforming and cybernetic. We got quite a few techs actually. It's surprisingly many.